Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily review for Wednesday the 23rd of the 6th, 2021. Time is just coming up to 4:40 GMT. Asian session coming to close, European session firing up, our lunchtime, North American session. Right, yesterday then, Tuesday the 26th, we had a negative opposed driver in the yen at -167, front and back door flows mainly going into the euro at +93, into the pound at +75, and the dollar was the negative rock at -1, activity ±168. Intra-week now becoming more relevant because we're midweek. We've got a negative opposed driver in the yen again at -391, front and back door flows mainly going into the pound at +340, into the euro at +176, and the dollar was the negative rock at -125, activity ±516. Intraday then, Asian session to about 15 minutes ago, we've got a positive unopposed driver in the dollar at +49, no backdoor flows, the opposing negative flows mainly coming out the yen, -18, out the pound -17, and the euro is the negative rock at -14, activity ±49. Right, what's going to knock it about? Right, today we've got German manufacturing PMIs. We've got GBP service PMIs, CAD retail sales, ECB Lagarde speech. Right, so and tomorrow, 24th of the 6th, we've got Euro Council meetings which run over a few days. Bank of Japan speech, GBP rates decision. Important. US durable goods, bank stress tests, less important generally since the financial crisis, but still there. And tier 2 New Zealand trade balance, quite important for us. Right, okay, so we've got general news. We've got AUD trade data for May was positive, so Australian we're pushing out the exports, and GBP business confidence is pretty good. It's about a 5-year high. So despite the extra lockdown, right? But that's obviously lagged, that data. Right. So let's grab a cloth and go for see what's been happening in the flows. Our trades are basically, we're about 4,200 points up at the moment. They've been messing about. They're mid-range from a peak of 6,500, which was a while ago now, probably about literally 4 weeks ago. But anyway, let's have a look at what's happening in the flows then. So we've got euro. The euro's weak, except against the New Zealand dollar and the Swiss, which are weaker. The yen is strong, except against the dollar. The pound is weak, except against the euro, the New Zealand dollar and the Swiss. The Swiss is weak, except against the New Zealand dollar. The CAD is strong, except against the yen, the dollar and the AUD. The AUD is strong, except against the dollar. The New Zealand dollar is weak across the board, and the dollar is strong across the board. So what have we got? We've got New Zealand weakness across the board, and we've got dollar strength across the board. So and take your pick in the middle. Right, let's have a look at the asset classes. After we had the Fed minutes yesterday, the Fed testified, or whatever that means. Anyway, right, US dollar index. Right, let's have a look. It's basically got a sort of a look around here. It's just popped a little bit. It's 91.83. It's sort of mid-range in the dollar index as far as the modelling is concerned. Gold Gold sort of looks like this. It's come off and it's had a little rise, not much. It's 0.45 from the floor. So gold is pretty soft. Oil, on the other hand, has really broken up, and it's way up. It's 73 barrels, $73 plus a barrel. Wall Street, it's got this sort of soft look to it. 0.4 from the modelled high. S&P, on the other hand, is up near the previous highs, and the tech is outperforming. It's broken and it's staying up there. So the batting order is in strength is tech, S&P, Wall Street, Dow. Right. So what else we got? US 10-year. The US 10-year, basically you had that chop, and then you're sort of looking at this. The price has come up. It's about 0.55 from the floor. So the bond price is just over halfway, half marks. So it's fairly neutral, but it has come up, and the bund is sort of messing about in this sort of situation. It's also 0.55 from the floor. So the yields between the European bund and the US 10-year, the yield gap basically in our terms has closed really. So right, what else do we know? Copper's been very soft. It's now come up a bit, but it's still 0.22 from the floor. And US steel has been messing about, and it's still down. It's 0.45 from the floor. Not as down, but working on it. Right, so let's just polish this off. We're going to try and rattle through the main macroeconomic themes that are going on, given the major complexes, etc. So what have we got then? So we've got dollar, euro, yen, pound. Right. So the Fed put the spanner in, talking about rate decisions a while ago. They've now rode that back. So the dollar's went up and it's now heading south, which is what we expect. The yen, quite honestly, it's equity transmission based. Equities are, apart from, so you've got the tech, S&P and Wall Street, the Dow, in that order. So it looks like we're going to get risk on, and equities are going to pump. So the yen will be heading south as a complex. The pound, we had a strong, what do we have? April and May data cycle was very strong. We've got the rates decision, and generally the pound complex is positioned very low, relatively speaking. So there's plenty of upside potential in the pound. Excuse me, and that leaves the euro to sort of dirge along as the second fiddle. Right, commodity currencies. So you've got the CAD, AUD, NZD. CAD, oil's on absolute tear at the moment, so that should have a transmission positive effect on CAD. CAD trade cycle is improving, and the data cycle likewise. AUD lagged, but generally everything points to a good scream up in the AUD, and the New Zealand has peaked in our opinion. So the go-to. So where are we? We're short USD and short NZD. Euro, pound, AUD. Euro, pound, CAD, AUD. Right, so expecting improvement in our positions. That's the overall macro picture. Hope that was useful. See you again tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you very much.